The arrival of spring. The landscape begins to stir after months of silence. And the longer, warmer days signal it is time to burst back into life. Old friends return for the season as new life begins and a world of adventure awaits. And for me, it's time to start filming one of our most elusive mammals. I absolutely love this time of the year. It's as if you can feel the world waking up around you after the long winter months. And it's not just the visuals, as in the buds and blossom appearing. You can physically hear the change in the seasons. I can hear there's a chiff-chaff that's been calling the entire time I've been sat here. Just behind me, I can hear a black-cap. It's got that kind of scratchy call. I mean, this is a patch that I come a lot for wildlife, and the difference sat here now, just compared to a few weeks ago, is like night and day. And that's not just because of what it looks like, it's because of what it sounds like. At this time of year, for me, as a wildlife filmmaker, is one of probably the busiest time of my year, as this is when I set out camera traps all along these Cornish valleys. This is one in particular. I've got about 4 others that I work with, and I try to gain as much intel as possible about the species that are there, their movements, and hopefully find some dens as well. Camera traps are used not only by filmmakers, but also wildlife researchers, as they reveal natural behaviours without disturbance and give us a glimpse into a world that we normally would never see. So I'm now going to reset the camera traps. I think I'll have this one a little bit further down here. Reset the other ones, then I'm going to go home for a couple of hours, have some lunch before tonight, as I'm going to go to the main event and go and see the badgers. My badger set that I've been filming for quite a while now, and this will be my first time this year, so I'm really excited. So I've been following this badger set for a couple of years now, and it's not the easiest to get to. I mean, I've got to cross a stream, crawl on my hands and knees under these low-hanging branches and brambles with my massive camera bag and tripod on my back. But when you get in here, it's totally worth it. It's like a badger's Narnia. There are animal tracks everywhere, and it's so well hidden. Now, where I'm sat, I'm actually at the edge of the set so that I don't disturb them. But it carries on for not miles, but a very long way in that direction and out into the field. And over the last couple of years from working with them, I've counted about 17 different entrances. And I think there are probably around 15 to 20 individual badgers in here. So it's of a reasonable size. Now, badger sets, they can be hundreds, if not thousands of years old, and they'll be passed on after generation after generation. Now, I'm not too sure how old this one, but it is very well established. So I would say it's been here quite a while. Now, sadly, badgers are one of those creatures that not many people get to see in real life, primarily because they are nocturnal. I mean, you might get a glimpse of one at dusk or dawn in the spring and summer months, and now with the lighter evenings, that means that I can get a few shots, although it does get very dark in here quite quickly. And the reason they're nocturnal is basically an evolutionary strategy so that they can thrive and survive. As of course, at one point, we would have had bears and wolves in the UK, and they would have coexisted alongside badgers. Now, a badger might have been a tasty little snack for a bear or a wolf, although badgers wouldn't necessarily have been top of the menu. Bears and wolves would have preferred to find prey a lot easier, but that is one of the reasons that they have switched their activity patterns to being primarily active at night to avoid daytime predators. And of course, it's all to do with food availability. So when it's a lot cooler and the ground is damper, it's easier for them to find their prey, such as earthworms, insects, small mammals, and they'll snuffle these out with their really powerful nose. One thing is always really important to sit downwind from them, because their main senses are their sense of smell and their hearing, but their eyesight is terrible. But their sense of smell is around 800 times stronger than our own. So even though tonight I'm hidden, I'm downwind, they'll still be able to smell me. And people always ask me, they're like, oh, why do you wear camo for them? Well, it's not so much to be camouflaged from them, although I do find that the animals do come a lot closer when you're fully in your ghillie suit. But also these animal tracks along here, I've seen deer down here, foxes, I saw a stoat once. And I think if you're going to sit in the hedge for 5 hours waiting, what a wasted opportunity if something else comes up and then it's spooked because you're in your normal jacket. So camo, always, especially with British wildlife, because British wildlife, unless you go to a hide, it's difficult. But that's why it's worth it. And just as the sun started to set, I was greeted by the first badger. It was like seeing an old friend. That was great to see them tonight. Oh, Wren having a little sing-song. But it just gets so dark in here so quickly. The fact they're coming out around 7:15 in the evening, I think if I went and sat outside the set, I could potentially get some better shots in the light. So I think tomorrow I'll do a little bit of an investigation, see if there's a good spot for me to sit and try out there. but oh God, I love them so much. Little badgies. So it is day 2 and I've decided to come and sit the other side of the set tonight. Now, I've never sat in this position before and I've just had to battle through more stinging nettles than I've ever seen in my entire life to get here. But we will persevere. It is a little bit windy, but where I'll be sat, I'll be downwind from them, so that's good. And I'm going to tuck myself right into the bramble bushes. But if they do come out this side, it could be really, really magical because I'll have the sun behind them, that gorgeous evening glow. So everything crossed tonight could be the night for the magic shots. After getting into the position I thought would be best, I set up my camera. A few hours passed as the sun got low in the sky. And then the magic started to happen. That was hands down the best evening that I've ever had filming and photographing the badgers. They just kept coming out and looking right down the lens towards me. Now I've seen that they've all left the set now. They've gone down the bank to do their evening's foraging, so now's a really good time for me to pack up and leave. But I tell you what, I really have found badgers Narnia here. What an evening. Magic. Absolute magic. Filming these badgers is always a highlight of early spring. But now I will leave them until the cubs begin to emerge and start playing outside the set in a couple of months' time in the long summer evenings. So join me for the next wildlife adventure, where we will be looking to the skies.